We're going straight to our stock of the day, and that is battery materials company Novonix, ticker code NVX. Now today, it's filed paperwork to dual list on the NASDAQ. Chief Executive Chris Burns saying the listing furthers Novonix's long-term goal of reshoring the EV supply chain in North America and becoming a leader in the electrification economy. Markets taking well to the news. It's currently, just taking a look at where Novonix is at the moment, it is currently up close to 7% in this morning's trade. So what do our experts think? Mathan, of course, we know what's going on as far as the electrification of the planet is concerned. How well placed is Novonix to take advantage of that?
The hottest, one of the hottest sectors in 2021, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. But you have to understand how well people have done in the sector, and you have to think about the risk return where you are in the cycle. I think it's one of the better stocks that are doing quite well. Early stage, there's a lot of things that are uncertain in that category that got to be played, and a fair bit is priced in. You have to remember a lot of these. If you think about how the miners in these commodity space for the EV outlook have played out, they've now gone from small cap, micro caps to now multi-billion-dollar businesses. So there's a fair amount of expectations priced in. We are, as we were discussing before, we are in a rotation out of growth stocks, especially growth at any price. So you've got to be a bit careful in the short term. So if you've been there from day one, or if you've been there for the last, a decent run out of 2021, then I think you should hold on because the macro is still quite positive. Expect in the short term you're going to take a bit of a hit. There'll be volatility, but in the medium to long term, I think the outlook still remains quite positive. The listing into US, it's a standard play for businesses that want to look at the big blue sky out there. But I don't think that's the main play. But I think the overall macro still remains. But the short term, expect some volatility.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, joining us now is David Novac from Wealthwise Education. David, good to see you there. All right, we're straight into our stock of the day, Novonix. As I said, looking for a dual listing on the NASDAQ. How are you seeing it?
Yeah, look, I very much the same as Mathan just described there. It's, the tech sector, there is a rotation going on as we're seeing bond yields move higher. So there's a bit of a sell-off in techs, and I don't think this is over, that's for sure. So the valuation of Novonix is elevated, that's for sure. It's in the right sector, there's no doubt about that. And, they've got a breakthrough technology in their batteries. So I would, at this stage, I would be a hold, but I wouldn't be a buy up here, especially at these levels. So you may even take profits if people bought it lower down, because we've seen this stock rally since the start of the year from $1 to 10. So it's a pretty good 10 bagger. So I'd be taking some profits, but I certainly wouldn't be rushing in to buy right now. I'd look to buy at lower levels.